do this. Yeah. Come on. Let's do this. Party time.
South Africa is incomplete without you. You see, this branch is incomplete without its roots. The leaves that you all see here, as you can see that the branch is already flattened. This simply shows that us that the goals and the visions of the NDP and the legacy of Mr. Tambo is now falling apart. You see, the stem is the one that is holding his whole dream. A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Zondo from Jegegana High School, a school from a township called Mamelodi. And I am not alone. Together with me is the beautiful, dynamic speaker, Mr. Neo Siganga, together with my brother, Mr. Archibald Litswalo. There is a lot we can talk about concerning the legacy of Mr. Tambo. But we've narrowed it down to only 5 points. And our topic is South Africa is incomplete without you. Our first point is the beginning, his legacy and his biography, where it all started. Our second point is the vision of the NDP in terms of South Africa at large. The third and fourth point and fifth, which will be presented by my teammate Dineo, is what is the vision of the NDP in terms of South Africa. The fourth point is what is currently happening in terms of our education. And the fifth point is what are the solutions and implementations that we can bring about to better the NDP. And the third speaker, Mr. Archibald Litswalo, will then summarize and render the final statement. It was back in the year 1917 in a small village called Kantolo. A legend was born. And in the year 1993, at the age of 75, a legend had passed on. But his spirit still hovers amongst all of us. His legacy still is within us all. His vision was simply that South Africa will be transferred to a country of all races. A country in which both black and white shall live in harmony. In his great words, he said, those who fight you physically, don't entertain them. They fight you physically simply because they cannot think. We should therefore defeat them with ideas such as the NDP. His legacy started in the era of the 1950s and mostly the 1990s when he championed the release of President Nelson Mandela, who was the first black president, which then led us to having Solomon Mahlangu Freedom College. This was a sign that our country will be liberated. Point number 2. The vision of the NDP in South Africa. Its goals are to eradicate poverty. Unemployment should be less than 6%. Majority of the people should be working, and there should be managed inequality by the year 2030. As I'm speaking on behalf of everyone, the youth of 2017. Why? Because come the year 2030, we'll be adults. And I believe there's none of us in this room who would want to see our children facing challenges that we could have conquered. Just like the youth of 1976, they took a stand and fought for the freedom that we all have today. Our education should not end in the classroom, no. Our education should enable us to seize opportunities, to create our own jobs in order to eradicate poverty in our neighbor's door. This is our chance as the young people of this country, whom we now have the freedom, the opportunity to create new things. We can see that yes, our country is faced with many things, but why should we focus on the negative? When today we have better classrooms, today we have a better passing rate, we have teachers who have the passion for teaching all of us. Which brings me back to this tree. As I have said, it is not complete without you. Now this all reminds me of the moment, and I can only imagine how it felt. And I believe that the elders who are with us today know this song very well. Back in the 90s when they used to sing this great song. Now remember, this is not about my voice, but the idea. And I believe you can all join me as I lead this song, and along with my brother, Archibald Getswalo. Oliver Tambo, Bisanda Sam, Oliver Tambo, Bisanda, Oliver Tambo, Bisanda Sam, Oliver Tambo, Bisanda Sam. South Africa is incomplete without you. We should all contribute with our ideas and the goals and the aims for this tree to blossom and grow. Thank you.